Let's talk about slave awareness. Thomas Lockett and Floyd Miller, slave.
Hmm.
Talk to me, bro. What's your take? What's going on?
Well, they are, as you know, just to summarize, they have regained Thomas, Floyd, and another member who is original. I should say not original, but you can call him original because he came on the second album.
Mm.
Ray Turner.
Oh,
They
Ray
have,
Turner's with
yeah,
him?
Ray Turner.
No
Yeah,
way.
the three of them. Ray is not performing with them, but the three of them legally own the name again.
Mm.
So what they are doing is Thomas and Floyd have put together a brand new group with hand-picked musicians, very respectable musicians, and they are setting out to begin to do some dates in various places. I know they'll be doing some dates in their home state of Ohio. I don't know how far they're going to go out, but the basic plan is they're bringing back the name with two original members. And on top of that, what they're doing, secondly, is stopping all the fake
Mm.
groups that
Mm-hmm.
have claimed that name,
Mm-hmm.
that are going out. Promoters are billing them as slave, and they're ensuring that the audience knows, for lack of a better phrase, who the real deal is.
Mm-hmm.
Five members have gone. Steve Washington, the original member, is not participating. So there's almost half the group is gone. The remaining members, as far as I know, I think this is pretty accurate, is of course Lockett and Floyd, Ray Turner, who came on the second album. Steve is still with us, and the original drummer Tom Dozier is still with us. And I say the original. I'm calling Ray the original, although he didn't come on until the second album. But
No, he qualifies. He definitely qualifies.
yeah. So they are the original
Baby
members left.
Sinister, Baby Sinister,
Babies, there you go, and a number of other
and a
ones as
number of
well.
other ones. And
Yes,
that was him doing that on Stone Jam.
yeah, that was him.
That was
That was him.
yes.
Yeah,
And
that was
I
him.
thought that was
Very
I
talented
thought that
brother.
was a guitar.
And I thought even when it came out for years after that, I thought it was until listening to it. And it's funny, I had a discussion with Steve Arrington about something very similar back in 2015, but we'll save that for another episode. However, yeah, there's only five of the original members left, but Lockett and Floyd have decided that they wanted to stop the shenanigans and start a new group. They have a mailing list. They've updated their website. They have a video that's out, just a promo video,
I
and they
love
are
it.
going to. They,
I love
I
that
love it. I
promo
saw it.
video.
Yeah, they're going to be doing some dates as soon as they, get everything under wraps. So that's the awareness that's going on with two of the original members of Slave.
Now, let me ask you: is this a rebirth or is it a continuation?
That's an interesting question. You, if I was to answer it right now without giving it any further thought, I would say it's a rebirth.
Mm,
And the reason I say it's a rebirth
mm,
is you have two of the original members in the group.
mhm,
I would say
mm,
that I hope I can make this segue because I know you and I had a brief discussion about it.
mhm,
From what I understand, and I didn't really look at all the comments, nor did I look at the entire video, but the Barcades have a current video out that I think they performed on either the 4th or the 7th of July. Um, there are no original members in that group from the Barcades, if I remember correctly.
It is. It's James Alexander, the bass player.
Okay, okay, James Alexander is there. Okay, good. I'm glad you told me that because I was about to say that in that particular case, I would call that a continuation.
Mm,
I would probably call that a continuation more so if there were no original members. But if I want to compare to apples, the Bar-Kays and another extremely famous funk group are in the same exact situation, and that is Kool and the Gang. Because the only original member left from Kool and the Gang is Baby Cool.
mm,
The George Funky Brown left us
mhm, mhm, mhm.
last year
Yes,
sometime.
sir.
So
Yep, yep.
And now you have the same situation. You have James Alexander, who was an original member of Bar-Kays, performing with the Bar-Kays, and you have Robert Cool Bell, who was the remaining original member, performing with Kool and the Gang.
Let me say this to you, Mr. Doug R&B Ramsay. I'm sorry, Dr. Doug R&B Ramsay. You know, but that Bar-Kays, man, is really, really deep. And let me say this. We're kind of skipping from slave to Bar-Kays, but this is very important because we're talking about the afterbirth and continuation. I like how you said about the Bar-Kays, the continuation part. You're right about that. And I told people in the comment sections because they wasn't feeling it because Larry Dodson wasn't with them.
Right.
And my thing is this. I can hear people. Now, I'm a Larry Dodson fanatic. I think Larry Dodson, he was the Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. He's the black Steve. He was Steven Tyler before Steven Tyler. For those who don't know, Rick James and Prince got their style and thing from Larry Dodson of the Bar-Kays. Straight up.
Ah, interesting.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you study the history, Son of Shaft, Prince and them, Rick wasn't out yet. There was nobody like Larry Dodson. This guy was a funk rock star, okay? The way, move your boogie body up in here. She talks to me with her body. Your place of mine. He come out with a snake around his neck and his he was just a bad dude, man. I call James Alexander, I call him Bass Moses. Bass Moses.
Okay.
He looked like a pharaoh now. He got a long gray beard and he's just that guy. But my thing is like, and he played on Shaft. He played with Isaac Hayes. See, James Alexander got some history. He's a bad dude. He played on a lot of Memphis records too.
Oh, okay.
My thing about James, okay, people are mad because it's not the original Bar-Kays, it's not Larry Dodson, but I have to tell people this. The original Bar-Kays died in that plane crash with Mr. Otis Redding. Some of the originals. So he had to regroup. Larry came on the second level of that, with Son of Shaft and other music they did. So then after Larry left a couple of years ago, so he had to reinvent. My thing is like this. As long as James Alexander gave the Bar-Kays the anointing, you can't get mad because nothing stays the same.
I'm glad you brought that up.
At least they doing the music. At least they keeping it going. And that big cornbread brother can sing. He needs to get his. They need to get one funk track with just him doing it and the band, so they can have maybe a couple of funk tracks. He can sing slow music too. He's really good. But they need to do some funk jams and slow jams with him singing, so they can have a brand new identity with him.
Right. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, you really got me thinking with that question, because I think it could be interpreted many different ways. I was thinking as you were talking, if I was to call a group a rebirth, I would probably use that term in that the group had its high points. The members are still available. They went their separate ways, and then they decide to reunite and come back. In that case, you're sort of, in this case, born again. If the group came back and maybe there was one member, but a whole different bunch of people came together, maybe that's a continuation. But again, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I just think it's a matter of how you interpret it. But it's a very interesting question. I never thought of asking. Very interesting question. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because if you're brainwashed to what was, you're never going to be happy.
Right.
Because it is a different Bar-Kays, but they're doing their thing, man. And here's when I knew they were onto something. There's a video of them in Pittsburgh doing an outdoor concert. The crowd loves them. And you know who's doing the most dancing? The white people.
Okay.
The white people.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They don't care what color hold on. See, black people care about who's the original member. One thing about white people, they don't care about the member. They just want that groove. Because with black people, we go, wait a minute, okay, that ain't the bass player, that ain't the drummer. But white folks that say, hey, let's give me the music. I don't care what you look like. That's why they got 38 drifters and 28 coasters. As long as you get white people in music, they don't care who's the original member. They want to hear the music.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And
yes,
so
absolutely.
that's what I said to myself, hey, as long as the white people are dancing, they can pay their rent and pay them bills. Barcades, do what you got to do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's a good point.
I mean,
That's a good
let's
point.
let's keep it real.
Yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But now with Slave, here's why Slave got a shot. Slave was always kind of a band that was there was always variation in the band, which means you had Kurt Jones lead vocals, you had Danny Webster, you had Steve Arrington. So there was always traded off vocals. So the beauty is Slave can be who they want to at any time, as long as you got the elements. As long as you
Hmm.
got Thomas Lockett and Floyd Miller and Ray Turner, in and out, you all right. You all right. Because Slave, there's room for variation. There's always one thing about Slave, they're timeless. As long as you got that name, and their songs will always carry them through. Because their fantastic songs and grooves and tunes they have is good new music for the new listening ear. Cause
I agree.
they don't have to please our old asses, Doug. They don't have to, cause they did that already. We already seen them. We seen them with Mark Adams. We seen them when they were Slave and all the members were there. Okay, that's our greatest hits. That's good. But for the new listening ear, yes, it's okay for them to continue the sounds they have for the ears that are curious.
I agree 100%. And I will admit, I've said this to specific people.
Mm.
I'm a purist in that as long as you have an original member, I think as I said earlier, I think the Barcades and Kool and the Gang, as of today, are perfect examples.
Yes.
Call yourself who you are.
Right.
You have an original member still representing. If you do not have an original member in your group and you are playing the songs of this particular group, you are nothing but and should be represented as for the verity of the fans and the integrity of the original group. State yourself as a tribute band of some sort. Do not call yourself the original name of the band if you have no members in it.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
And that's my opinion too. No, it just ain't cool.
Basically, that's what it boils down to.
And guess what? It's silly and it's stupid. You cannot be an original slave where ain't not one original member up in that camp.
Exactly.
You can't do that.
Exactly.
Just because you're from Ohio don't mean you can say you're the original members of Slave, or maybe you're the cousin of Mark, or you're the cousin of of one of the members. That makes you the original. Or maybe you're the best friend. Maybe y'all went to McDonald's together, and you can say now you call yourself an original. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that, and I'm really talking about something that is lost many times, and I think what I'm really getting at is maintain the integrity. First of all, as the group, maintain the integrity. If you are not Group X, do not say you are Group X, and please, on top of that, from a money standpoint, do not allow your promoters to promote you as Group X. Yeah. We all know that you're being promoted as Group X because if you were promoted as otherwise, your tickets won't sell.
Right.
All right? If Slave the tribute band, automatically everybody knows you're a tribute band and you're not the original members. On top of that, or I should say on the other side, if you're promoted as Group X and you are not Group X, you are duping fans who know no better.
Right.
And all you need to do is look in some of these YouTube video comments, for people who don't know. And I said, some may see it as being picky, but that's just the way I feel about it.
No, it's not being picky. It's being a purist. I'm a purist. And you're saying basically don't lie.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, and you don't mean no harm. But the part that gets on your accurate last nerve is somebody saying the original member when ain't not their member up in that camp.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all you're saying?
Wrong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you doing otherwise, because I think in that case, what you are doing is the or the two words you mentioned earlier, you're providing an avenue for rebirth and continuation.
Right.
I get it. I get that because
Yes.
now you're prolonging the legacy, in other words. I understand that, but just don't lie. That's
Don't lie,
all.
because then when you do, people in their right mind, they see the money grab. But say, oh, we see what they're doing.
That's all I'm
They're
saying.
taking
It's a
advantage
money
of people
grab.
who don't know any better.
And the promoters don't
And
care
the
because
promoters don't know any better either.
that's what I was told, actually, to be honest with you. And I was quite surprised to hear that, because I said, if you don't know who you're really promoting, either you're young in the game at it, or you really don't. You're just ignorant.
Well,
But you're
no, go ahead, Doug. I'm sorry.
no, I was saying you're talking about groups from 50 years ago, almost. So, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, please interrupt anytime you want, kind sir. My take also too. I was stunned to learn that there's a lot of people over 50 and 60 who are promoters who don't have a clue who's who. That's the mind blow too, because you get
It is a mind blow.
Yeah, you get a guy that you think that know what time it is without the watch. He don't know nothing. He don't know. You want to say, Mr. Kind Sir, how old are you? Oh, I'm 64. You don't know that's not the original member of Brass Construction. You don't know that ain't Randy Muller. That look nothing like Randy Muller. You didn't know that? No, man. I just heard somebody just told me book the band. Well, I'll be doggone. You didn't know, huh? So you just have money for the show, but you didn't know who the members were.
Yeah, it's a mind blow to
It's
me,
a mind
actually.
like wow.
It is, Rex, because I never, you know what? I'm just going to be real.
Go ahead.
I never gave that assumption. I figured if you're promoting, the big thing is this: if you are that old and you're promoting a group that you listened to as a teen growing up, and you don't know what the real deal is, how did you become a promoter?
Well, you know what? You know why? He had money. See, hey, let me tell you also, I met a lot of drug dealers who did shows. Okay, if you want to keep it real, let's do that. I met a lot of drug dealers, a lot of doctors, lawyers, whoever, who just had money for the shows but didn't have a clue. And here's the other part. The person who told them about the show, about investing in the show, they don't have no experience with the band members either. So you got two people who don't know nothing but got the money for the show. The person that turned the person on with the money about backing the show don't know, and the person with the know-how don't know. So you got the one with who don't know how, but all he know is somebody said we wanted the original members of whoever, and they didn't take time to find them out. And come to find out, even though they came up the same way they did, basically they didn't pay attention. And I've learned this about people. I learned about human behavior. I talk a lot of smack, but I'm also very quiet within, and I sit back and watch. And I'm amazed how ignorant and dumb people are to things. I gave people too much credit for being intelligent sometimes. I gave people too much credit for being smart, and I didn't know they were dumber than a can of paint. I had no idea, man. I'm saying, don't this person know they ain't the original people? No, but then again, they just worry about making that money. They don't care, whatever. So what you know what it is? They booked the lie.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. that leads me to a question, and I don't know if the answer is going to relate to what you just said, but you use the term culture bandits.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Culture bandits are the people that come and take your culture. They're bandits. They take your culture, throw it away, and leave your ass butt naked with nowhere to go, no definition, no rhyme, no reason. They just took everything away from you. They're culture bandits. They take it away from you, and they're not going to return it to you. They're not going to return it. It's gone. They are, and it's like the black musical genocide. They leave you just out there at a crossroads. You have no direction, no roadmap. And if you do have a roadmap, it's written in invisible ink.
So give me, if you could, one specific example that comes to mind. Scenario, example, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, look at us now and look at us back in the day. Okay, culture bandits. Okay, you ready for this? Okay, Doug, we're born in 62. Things change. We cannot stay stuck on what we used to do.
Correct.
But we have class. We have our pants up. We dress nice. the culture bandits didn't get a hold to you and I. We didn't drink the Kool-Aid. You hear how you and I talk? We speak well, we're very well. You don't hear us doing this. Yo, dude, so y'all told dude the other day, dude. Yo, I said, damn. Yo, it ain't about that, dude. Yo, take that. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, dude. Yo, that's not normal.
Rex, your comedy background automatically it automatically qualifies you to do voiceover. You know that, right? You're aware of that, correct?
He said,
automatically qualifies you to do voiceover. I'm serious, man.
You said,
automatically qualifies.
But hey,
go ahead, continue your point.
But Doug, am I lying or what, bro? That's not normal. That when you see a brother like pants sagging, underwear out, broken English, that's a damn fool to me. That's not normal. But now that billionaire industry, the $1 billion industry has made him the norm. He gets respect, he gets girls because people see, they think that's happening. They don't know that's a life dropout with no future, and he's okay with it because being ignorant and dumb is the norm. Yo, baby, check this out, baby. I'm just here, dog. You know what I'm saying? Baby, we going to do this over here. we going to go over there and do that, baby. Yeah. And then the girls have one voice. Well, you know, take my name, Tita. I told that nigga last night, Tita. Tita. Bitch, who you talking to? Drop it. Hey. That's pure insane. That's normal insanity. That's not right. Dr. King, all of them didn't march for that. The culture bandits took us back to vaudeville with a new style, ebonics twist that's not good for the future. And I want people to listen to my cousin on here, Grand Mixer DXT. Go to April 17th, 2024, and listen to him. He's from the projects, and he said he said 20, I said 30. I think he said 30, though. In the last, 30, 20 years, we have been kidnapped of a culture. He said he's a pioneer, okay? He is. Thank you, Doug. He can say what he wants to say. Okay, he said that we have been fooled, we have been tricked through the music. Listen, people, if you listen to this show right here, go to April 17th, 2024, Grand Mixer DST on Funk Lounge Talk Theater and hear this man talk about how rap is in the game. And we're going to get deeper in that when we do live shows. We're going to tell you how we've been tricked. Okay, so I'm not done with the answer on the culture bandits, brother. We're gonna do a whole thing about what happened to us, including the black musical genocide. How this music, this is not, the point is, this hip-hop life that we're living, this is not it. This is not it. This is not it. This is a cartoon show in Technicolor that they made the norm.
I would like to amplify to the listening audience what Rex just said. Something came to mind. Please, if you have any interest in the growth and the change of hip-hop, I would listen to that show. See, he is a legend in that I remember when he went by Grand Mixer
DST.
DST. S as in Sam. He is now DXT.
Yep.
But the reason I'm specifying this change is if you go listen to the show and listen to Grand Mixer DXT to what he has to say, there's another very popular mogul in hip hop that went with a name change as well. He used to be known as Puff Daddy, and he changed his name to Diddy. There is a grand, for lack of a better phrase, no pun intended, difference between Grand Mixer DXT and Diddy.
Go ahead now, come on. Go ahead.
If you really want to get the truth,
go ahead, Doug.
You need to go listen to DXT.
Go ahead, Doug.
Both these brothers went through an identity name change. DXT's name is more closer to his original. However, I bring them up both because they are, if you know hip hop, they are considered as legends, if you will. But if you want to get the real truth,
go ahead, brother.
Listen to Grand Mixer DXT on the Funk Lounge Talk Theater.
It's excellent.
I mean, do that.
I mean, he breaks it down from Bibles. I mean, this is like this is our story. Doug, it's amazing with me, you, DXT, Dan. It's amazing that us being us, we read about history. I mean, we read about the 60s, 50s, 40s. We read. But we're actually involved in the history we live in. We saw the beginning of rap. Funk,
Right, exactly.
right? It's amazing to be our age, to be born in 62, to see the rise of the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Rod Stewart, you know, Elton John, Grand Funk Railroad. We were there at the beginning of a evolution of different kinds of music. And you know what, guys like us, when we talk how we talk about music, I don't like a young kid who's around maybe 18 or 30 gonna tell me, yo, man, that ain't it. Shut up. Shut up. How you gonna tell me that ain't it? And you born in 1994, you gonna tell me that ain't it? And I'm born in 62. What you can do is hush your ass up and listen. You're a kid. I'm your elder. Hush and listen and learn. That's what you can do for me. That's it. That's it. You listen. Don't tell me you don't think so. No, you know so when I'm telling you, because you are a victim of the culture. You're a victim. You're a victim. You don't know what happened. You have no idea what happened before you were born and how we were living and how we were hanging out. You was not at White Castle with us in 1981.
Man, don't get me started. There's not a White Castle near my house, and you know I'm upset about that.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right. Well, Doug, I'm gonna tell
funny.
you, man, we're coming down towards the end of the show, man, and time goes by so fast.
It does.
Don, I'm sorry. Doug, you are a conversation delight. It's good to hear your voice, because the last time you were on the show, it was in February.
Yeah, man, time flies.
Time
exactly.
goes, man, and we are building it. And I'm happy to say that Denver is my home now. I'm not moving anywhere. I've been here since 1998. There's a lot of migrants here, so instead of complaining about me, I'm going to find me a Spanish girl from Venezuela and marry her ass.
Hey, well, you know, there's going to have to be a special edition of the Funk Club. It's going to be a special show.
Hey, Doug, if I can't beat them, I'm going to join them, because they got called. I'm going to tell people, the migrants are here, okay? I feel sorry for white people, because migrants took their state from them. And so instead of getting mad, I'm just going to get one of these little fine girls. I'm 62. I'm going to get me one around 36. Okay, so she can help me. So she can help me with my diapers. Cause I'm wearing diapers now.
All right, man. I'm when you say that, I'm just gonna have to look at you like Gary Scheider.
Right. With the big safety pin.
Because any other visual ain't gonna work.
No.
And you put it out there on the internet, so
right. I ain't got no shame. I only got one life. You know what I'm saying? So that's funny. But yeah, man. But But I'm gonna tell you. But Colorado's my home. My man Brian here, Mousetrap Studios, got this great place, and this guy, I've been with this guy for a couple of years. I can't leave, man. So I'm going to be building from here, and you and Dan are going to be coming out here. I want people to know, at the Six Productions, they're going to be doing some music. I got a thing called Happy Hour Theater for grown professional women. We're going to be doing some nice jazz tracks, happy hour tracks for women. I'm going to be doing live shows. We're getting together with I'm creating the Funk Lounge actual studio probably in November. So we got some good things happening. So I want people to know I'm not talking about leaving. I apologize to my producer, Mr. Epps, Master Control. He's the one that does my music for me for Professor Tony. We did a album called Hello, My Name is Professor Tony. He did him and Randy did the tracks, and he is excellent. And
excellent.
Eric, Master Control, I love you, and I apologize to everyone that I told I was coming down south to stay. I apologize to you, but I've been telling you that for the past 20 years. Hey, Doug, I always tell them I'm coming. I've been telling people I'm moving down south, and I've been in Denver. I left Denver 3 times and came back. I ain't leaving no more.
Well, it looks like, I think, based upon the tracks that you're making and the path that you're on, it looks like Denver's
this is my home, man.
A good treat. It's a good treat.
Well, hey, after I came into Brian's studio today, I'm home. So, no, this brother Brian don't know. When I saw Brian's studio, when I saw Mousetrap, I said, "Oh, that's it. I'm home. I'm good. I'm good."
Sounds good. Well, being a studio owner myself, if Brian ever gets New pictures of the Mousetrap studio up on the web. I'd be
Mm.
grateful to look at them. Sounds
Definitely.
like a
Oh,
plan.
yes, yes, yes. I'll make sure I let him know.
Yeah, do that.
And he's listening, so I'm sure I know he's over there smiling. Cause when he opened the door, he looked like a big happy cookie. You should have saw his face. He had like a sun ray over him. I had a glow. But yeah, man. But we're gonna. Oh man, thank you so much for coming on the show. We got special guests coming. We got Dr. Carmen Johnson, is a good friend of mine. She lives in Washington D.C. too. Dr. Carmen Johnson.
Sweet. Oh, good.
A good friend of
Excellent.
mine. She's coming on. Then we're gonna have Doug McCullum back on. And we got other surprise guests coming on. The Funk Lounge Talk Theater is going to be the place to be, and it's going to be the place to listen to some good words. Like I said, I call it listening ear theater. You just see the picture of me and my guests. I just want you to listen. It's like radio. Don't worry about us looking at us talking and stuff. You see us talking when you see us live. See, I'm doing old fashioned stuff. Let the words be theater for your mind when you listen. Let the words be theater, and then when we do the live show, you see what it is. So you listen. Because everybody has a podcast now. The whole world has a podcast. So what I like to do is have the words be theater in your mind when we talk. So it's kind of another way to let the words digest and take it where you may, and let it connect with the satisfaction that resides within you.
There you go.
Dr. Doug R&B Ramsay, you are a complete R&B old school funk delight. I wish the best for the new Barcays. James Alexander, keep on keeping it. You're doing a good job with the new guys. They're good. They get down. They funky. Thomas Lockett, Floyd Miller, thank you for the continuation and the rebirth, and bring Slave to a situation that we've never seen before. And even if we have seen it before, thank you for returning to our lives. Slave awareness, civil attack, Steve Arrington, Kurt Jones, everybody out there, we love you. Keep on keeping on. Mr. Doug Ramsay, thank you so much, and we'll be in contact, my friend.
All right. Thanks for having me, bro.
God bless. Take care.
Take care.
All right. Well, everybody, this has been a conversation delight. It's been great. It's been fun, but I must run. And thank you all for tuning in to Funk Lounge Talk Theater. This is yours truly, the true to form funk prophet, laugh specialist, feel good therapist, the Rex, coming at you full power and exact with the James Brown payback. I'd like to thank my main man Brian here at the wonderful Mousetrap Studios at the new location. And for everybody, please tell a friend about this show. We're building. We're trying to get to the level where we can do live shows. I'm going to set up my Cash App too, and I need you to support the cause so we can, have guests and do live events and get T-shirts and all that stuff printed up. But just help me out do this, man, because I can't do it alone. I do need your help. I'm not that proud to say, can you help a brother out? I'll be setting up the Cash App shortly, and please do not be a stranger. Until next time, peace.